when it comes to a marriage, there has to be a conversation, and a lot of people are not having those conversations that are needed to have to sustain a conducive marriage that's going to end up lasting long. Because the fact of the matter is, when you're getting married, you're going to transition through seasons, and you're going to, if you're not choosing to grow with each other, then you'll grow apart from each other. And I can see that both on the men and the women's side. Although I did want to say, as responding to Pretty, is that when women are having custodial rights over the children, if they would be willing to give men 50-50 custody truly, then and remove the cost, because if the child is living with the mom and equally with the father, majority of the time I'm seeing that more men would actually parent equally. The fact of the matter is because custody actually resides more with the mother than with the father, that removes access to the father. And majority of men, when they divorce a woman, they don't want shit to do with her. But they do want to be able to be a father still. The fact that they can't comes from the mother, and the hard part of being able to still be present. Most men want to still be fathers. I did also want to point out, Bo, as much I before I say this, is I love and respect you dearly. Although what your circumstance was when you got divorced is not the majority of the average woman's circumstance. And I hear your example of the example of, women can pay, women do pay. That's not the average woman, not majority. And so that example of being able to use it with the average woman, it kind of sounds like it's way off put, because just like we keep saying, that's not the average man. Well, the average woman doesn't have what you have, or what you have been able to attain, that was passed on to you. And the average woman doesn't have a home passed on to her. The average woman doesn't have the ability to like purchase a home. Majority of people, like we have said on this panel, they're renting their homes. So that's not the average circumstance that we can apply to the average person with the average couple. If we're going to speak to the point of the average person, majority of the time it's a woman and a man who maybe together collectively make anywhere from 70 to 90K, because most of them are able to retain the child tax credit at the beginning of the year. And then from that, boom, all kinds of other things that we don't need to go into that type of conversation. But that's who we're talking about. So just like we're talking about the average man, we can't sit here and use the example of, well, the woman can pay, that's just not normal. That's not what's happening like right now. And when we're talking about the average man does not have access to his child the way he desires. And we see it more and more because actually, toward the statistic that Trev had said, 84% of men are actually dying alone or lonely. That also correlates with the fact that men make up 80% of the suicide rate in the United States of America. And so if we keep sitting here telling men, you don't matter, and it doesn't matter because of your choices and mistakes, then the opposite side of that would be to tell women, keep your legs closed on who you're allowing to dip, because the fact of the matter is, a man doesn't have access to dip into a woman just like that. It's not by force. And if we want to talk about those statistics, that's something totally different. But just like we're sitting here telling on men, like, hey, you don't matter because of A, B, and C. Well, then I guess majority of women also don't matter because they're just allowing men to just dip inside them raw, shoot up the club, and then them also knowing that a baby can come out of that.
I agree with you, Naomi. I was speaking because when I started talking about that, what I was saying was there is going to be an uptick in these types of occurrences that are happening. So I know that it doesn't happen in large numbers. I wasn't saying that it does. I was just saying, like, this also happens. Like, there are instances of this happening. I know about average people. The average woman does not make that much money, just like the average man doesn't. That's why they're average. I get that. So no, I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to say this is what, this is the majority or this happens a lot. But my point really was, and sorry for repeating myself again, that it may be larger numbers in the near future, or we may see on another statistic, some type of study that it has increased. That's all I was saying, because things are different now.
Okay, so what you were saying, then I misinterpreted what you were saying. What you were saying is that it's not the majority, but it is something that happens now that may increase later.
Yeah.
I
That's really what she.
Hey guys, just look, like, y'all will notice how bad pretty intellectual is, how hypocritical she is. Because once again, you're gonna sit here, right? And you're gonna tell the woman, hey, well, yeah, she did say that twice. Ma'am, you ain't gotta be snarky, you ain't gotta have an attitude, right? And she then even said, well, oh, okay, I must have misinterpreted that. But once again, y'all will see what I'm talking about, how, pretty intellectual tries to play these mind games, try to always play victim. Once again, this is a grown woman who wants to lead a group of people, right? You're going to have a bunch of black women who act just like pretty intellectual. They want to be in the workforce. They want to lead a bunch of women. They want to lead a bunch of people. I'm telling y'all, but this is the mindset that they sport, and they think people are going to want to follow this. Like I said, I just wonder how long is pretty intellectual man is going to stay with her, because he has to be one strong, stoic brother, man, to be dealing with a chick like this, because this is ridiculous. Like, were you that mad at Naomi that you had to sit here and then try to twist her words and misinterpret what she is saying, and just be rude and crass? These women will sit here and strong man your point. These women will sit here and strong man your point. And this is what pretty intellectual, this is where her name start to work, because she is pretty intellectually dishonest. She is pretty stereotypical, as pretty stereotypical black woman. She is pretty unintelligent, pretty aggressive, but guess what, right? She's pretty smart, and she know how to twist your words and misinterpret, and then yell it at you, right? And then talk over you and try to talk past the point that you're trying to make, so you can't make the point. But we get it, right? We get the stick, man. These are the type of women that we have in our dating market. Well, no, I believe, pretty is married. Yeah, probably to a simp, right? We get it, right? But the sad thing about it is there are way too many women who sport this exact mindset. This is why I say she's pretty disingenuous and pretty dishonest. But let's continue.
She said twice.
Go ahead, Pretty.
So, I think these are one of the conversations, like when you say being earlier, you kind of spoke to me being dishonest and disingenuous in the conversation. And I try to be, I will say I'm admitted very biased towards women, but I try to heal my bias, like my natural proclivity to women, with statistics. And one of the things that I will say when it comes to statistics that show that the majority of times when a relationship severs, custody is determined out of court. Over 80% of the time, people decide on custody without court at all. So most of the times when we have conversations about people being upset with custody, they never went to court. They never did. And then when we're talking about the ones who did go to court, if the man files for custody first, he gets the best outcome, meaning he gets the outcome he desires over 80% of the time. They just don't. And the majority of times, men decide that the woman should be the primary custodial parent, physical custodial parent, not
Pretty.
legal, physical. So let me just go ahead and just throw that out there, that those are actual numbers. So I've been asking this question because I truly do. When I say intellectual, it doesn't mean I think I'm smarter than everyone. It means I'm willing to learn. So if somebody has any statistic that would prove me wrong, I am willing to hear it. If you can find me something that proves that men, on average, are just going into court and having an awful go at it, and they're not getting what they need, they really want their kids, they want them full-time, they want them 50-50, and they're just having a terrible go at it, I'd be willing to concede. But every single time we have this conversation, y'all sit here and talk about your cousin, Dayron, and his baby mama.
Well, the reason you wouldn't want to go to court is because why would you want the government in your business, right? Usually when guys do go to court, right, when they do go to court, they're the main ones to get effed over, right? 90% of your alimony goes to women, right? Women win most of your custody battles. And with statistics showing that the system is really against men, why would we want to bring them in our business? Knowing dang well we're going to get effed over. You don't believe me? How is it that we are now seeing a wave of black men who are, let's just say they accidentally knock up a woman, or let's just say they get in a situation with a woman? What do these guys do? A lot of them say, man, listen, I automatically put myself on child support so this woman don't beat me to the punch. Right now, once again, this is a childlike game that women like to play, that you have to kind of beat them to the punch. But the sad thing about it, even when you do beat them to the punch, they can still take advantage, right? But it's just, we're living in a time and where guys are having to immediately put themselves on child support. That's literally like saying, hey, I don't mind throwing debt on myself that I really could care less about, and I don't mind just paying it off for whatever reason, right? I don't mind just donating money to you, because that's all that really is just donating. And what happens? They still end up getting effed over. It's ridiculous. And yeah, and a lot of your men are going to fight for 50-50 custody, because I've never heard a man sit here and say that, hey, well, listen, this child does not need its mother. But you only hear black women say, hey, well, listen, this child does not need its father.
Somebody's wife, what do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you... This is my question.
Okay.
Why do you want to have kids?
Hell no! She always say she don't want to have kids.
Liquor, drink. I got too much shit to do.
But why? Okay, so you don't want to have kids. So okay, you a different story. But you,
okay,
you want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right?
I mean, I feel like if I find the right thing, we could get married. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith.
But do you have to find the right person to have the baby?
I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on that responsibility by myself as far as financial shit go, if I have to.
I don't think that's okay.
I don't think it's okay neither, but I feel like it's the reality of like the generation that we live in, because I just feel like that's how most of these niggas are. I do.
No, those are the niggas that you going after. You got to find somebody that's going to.
But I don't really be going after nobody. It be the people that be coming after me. I don't go. If we being honest, like, I don't go chase these niggas. It be the niggas that be trying to talk to me.
Well, not necessarily go after, but I'm saying like, these obviously, if you're giving...
So, of course, your men will fight for 50-50 custody. Hey, well, 1 week she has a child, 1 week I have a child. Simple. But your woman will literally fight to have full custody just to then turn around so they can go ahead and max out on their EBT, max out on their child support. And guess what they end up saying? They end up jumping on the internet and crying, complaining, and, oh, well, these men don't want to take care of these kids, man. These men, I'm so busy. I got freaking 55 for them. I'm running 55 companies, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, once again, this is the stuff that you put on yourself. And we've done plenty of videos, man, of Accountability Queen, where guys are wanting to see their child, wanting to see their daughter. But guess what the mothers say? Because it's her time. No, you're not going to see your child. Okay, well, damn. Well, where the child going to be at? The child going to be with my mama. So why not just give me my own child? But you will only ever hear alienation from women, right? That's the only time when you think of the word alienation of the child, you think of a woman. You think of a woman, particularly a black woman, but you think of a woman. And understand with men having to, look at society today. So let's just say if me and my lady break up or whatnot, we have a freaking child. Let's just keep it a bean. I'm going to probably end up paying child support. I'm probably going to end up having to cough up some alimony. But not only that, I have to sit here and work multiple jobs now. Because now I have to sit here and pay for a household and pay to live. And not only that, I got to pay for a woman so she can live off of my money, right? And claim that, hey, it was for the child. child. And then I got 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have to pick up some hours. I'm probably gonna end up having to pick up a second job. So of course for men it's going to be harder, knowing damn well. And the funny thing about it is these women swear up and down that they're so smart, but yet they know dang well, man, it's hard for men to get on government assistance. But women can get on government assistance with ease. You literally have women who are literally making videos about how they're able to get on government assistance for the free ski, right? All they gotta do is just cry. But men, no matter how much they cry, they can't get on government assistance.
Maybe when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Bitch, you better start lying.
This lovely lady went on TikTok telling her followers to lie so they could qualify for food stamps. As you guessed it, it caught up to her. Her food stamps were cut off, and she now supposedly owes $35,000.
Lady called me and said, ma'am, I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a motherfucking 3-bedroom and everything, living lovely. Then she gonna say, ma'am, what's your job title? I say, ma'am, they won't hire me anywhere. I don't have no job. I've been putting application after application. It's just like nothing works. Yeah, that lady was on the phone. She said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for all of this that you're going through. She said, we just shipped your card out. You should have about $1,000 on your card from last month and this month, and your balance and your payment every month is gonna be $300. That I got on TikTok telling y'all about the food stamps. Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps? Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off? And I gotta pay back $35,000. They turned my food stamp off and I gotta pay back $35,000. Now I'm fucking aggravated because how y'all didn't know I was playing on here? Y'all just running with shit. But them motherfuckers really turned my goddamn food stamps off and I have to pay them back $35,000. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get $35,000 from, but I have to pay them back. So y'all, watch what y'all put on the internet because everything is not for the internet.
We're seeing women just live off of it. But yet these are the same women that will say, well, y'all want to give up 90% of custody, this, that, and third. Well, of course, because you got nothing but time on your hands where you get to live off a man's money, where you get to live off of government assistance, where you get to live off of EBT, where you get to live off of somebody else, you get to find a boyfriend. So, of course, for a man, he doesn't get that easy way out. So I will honestly think it would be reasonable for any man to say, hey, well, listen, I'd rather do 50-50. And hey, well, because I'm constantly having to work and now I'm by myself, the children might be better off in your hands, right? Might be better off in your hands, even though statistically speaking, that fathers do better than mothers, right? But I mean, hey, right? As a smart man, hey, here, I'm gonna let you have most of the custody because number one, you're taking money from me, right? You're taking money out of my mouth. And then on top of that, you have government, you have all of this help, right? So of course you should be able to take care of the child more than I can. Once again, guys, men are not out here doing this.
Don't touch my car. Give me my baby.
You're making a big deal in front of
When you give me my baby, you can go. I am grown. Don't touch my car, man. Don't touch my car. Move. Stop.
Now you're touching and yelling.
You still got it on camera? All right. Now, she don't want to give me my baby. I drove up here for 2 hours, and she don't want to give me my child.
There's no car seat in
Yes,
there.
it is a car seat in there, man. Car seat right there. No. Give me my baby so I can go. You don't need to be in my car. It's a car seat in there.
Her. Now you're
No,
yelling.
I'm not yelling. I want you to give me my child so I can go home.
See, like I said, come here, baby. Come here. It's okay, Madison, listen to me, baby. Listen. Remember I told you you're gonna talk to the judge? Remember I told you get to talk to the judge, okay?
Okay.
You get to talk to the judge, okay, baby?
Okay.
It's gonna be okay. Remember I told you it's gonna be okay? It's gonna be okay, baby. Look at daddy. Look at daddy. Is daddy crying? You see me crying? Then it's gonna be okay. Okay, baby? It's gonna be okay. Daddy's not crying. It's gonna be okay. But listen, you guys have to ride to court with mommy, okay? You have to ride in the car with mommy.
Okay.
The judge said, if I put you in my car, the judge is gonna I'm gonna get in trouble by the judge. Remember I told you about following rules? Remember I said we have to follow rules? It's okay. Kiwi, it's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay. just got to tell them where you want to live. Okay? You don't want to go home where?
With mommy.
I know, baby. I told the judge this. Already. Okay? Okay? Your girl's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, babies, alright? It's gonna be okay. Daddy love you, okay? It's okay.
To see my son.
Okay, you can see.
Let me see him and I will leave.
It's early.
Let me see him and I'll leave. Why can't I see him?
It is early.
That's why I can't see him.
It's early. Move.
Let me see my son. Cause nigga, I'm trying to see my son. It's 6:30 in the morning. Get the out of here, nigga. Nigga, I ain't hit the room door that she just man, get the out of here, nigga. I don't care nothing about that gun or none of that. Get the my son, bro. Nigga, it's 6:30 in the morning, nigga. Come back to work. That's what you want. I don't care about that camera, nigga. This nigga ain't ready for a child.
But let's continue.
Tyreeka and how they had a hard time. And I don't really care about them. They're cool or whatever. But I would like to speak about the average, the majority, because I don't know these people.
I'm sorry. You weren't done.
And I did want to speak to Bo's point, but Bo already clarified it. So I'm glad that she was able to speak to that. But that's something I did want to speak to, Naomi, because you did say that when it came to what I spoke on. And I just really do think if we're both challenging each other, to be honest, let's go ahead and shake on it and be honest, both of us.
Did you say that men majority of the time are deciding that the women are actually the better parent and that the kid should go with the mom?
Better parent was not in my argument, but the majority of times they do agree that the woman should have primary custody of the child.
Okay. So this is where I think, and I give the guys shit for this all the time. I think when people focus so hard on statistics, without understanding that it depends on how you interpret those statistics, and you kind of settle on the information that you have, and then you choose to, with your own opinion, to throw in a why, right? So when we say that men are agreeing to have women become the custodial parent, right? That's not actually true. That's an assumption, right? And I know the numbers say that women happen to be the custodial parent and that men, but a part of it could be that men are just conceding because they don't even think that they can be the custodial parent. And a lot of there's a current structure that we have. Like, for example, right? One time I had a domestic situation with my sister, right? And I didn't do anything wrong. But when I called my friends, they said, yo, when she said she gonna call the police, you gotta leave. I said, I didn't do nothing. I'm not about to leave. They said, yo, you have to go because you are a man and you're going to get arrested, right? Now, this is the mindset of the vast majority of the people where I come from because there's a precedent. Now I understand that that's not true. I should have never left because she got an emergency restraining order because she talked to the police. And the next day, I couldn't live there no more, right? Now, that's just the mindset because of the precedent, because people think that's how it works. So when we jump to the conclusion that, oh, men and women are just deciding together, most cases, that the kid should be with the woman. That's not true, but you're saying it because you're looking at numbers and you're fixating on them and you're creating your own why, which is your opinion. That makes sense.
So you created another why, and I was looking for you to contest me with another statistic.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard what I said.
I think what Mark was trying to say is that the statistic is lacking a lot of context, and the context that it might be lacking is the fact that the statistic is not compensating for the fact that a man has said, I actually think she is better off with the child, versus the man just conceding and bowing out just to maintain peace and refrain from having a dispute, an ongoing dispute, and having the kid dangling in and out of the courtrooms. It doesn't. I don't believe the wording or the language in the statistics compensate for that type of understanding, and I think that's what Mark was trying to point to. But that intellectually went over your head.
Yeah, so let's not do that. Let's not throw in the shots because it intellectually did not go over my head. It intellectually didn't land. So when
That's
we're
even
sitting
worse.
here, so don't do that. Because you couldn't say the word statistic. So you're not about to sit here and talk to me about intellectualism and anything like that when you write like let's not do that. It's just let's keep it cute. Let's keep it cute.
Another conversation.
Let's keep it cute.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny with Pretty Intellectual because, like I said, you know, she will call herself intellectual because she is willing to learn. But every time a man speaks, every time a man open up his mouth, every time a man tells you his experience, it's always undermined, right? It's always undermined by how she feels, by what she says. Oh, no, y'all men are this, y'all men. I mean, people, listen, she even blamed women being on OF. She blamed that on the men. She even said, "Oh well, y'all upset, right?" Well, wouldn't necessarily blame them for being on it, right? But would say that men are upset because women are on it because we don't have the control. Women who have a mindset like that says stuff that doesn't even make sense, but is very confident about it. Come on, bro, you're not trying to learn anything, right? You're very dismissive. These women on the panel, particularly Bo and Pretty, they are very dismissive of men issues. You even had our brother Trev sit here and check Bo because of that. But these women are very dismissive, using stats to be dishonest about men and how men are treated in society and why men struggle like we do. I mean, like I said, we literally had a full live video of a man who is struggling to see his child. No matter how many times he go to the court, guess what? The court is still dragging it. And y'all can't sit here and tell me that is not BS. Y'all can't sit here and tell me, man, that is okay. Y'all can't sit here and tell me, oh, well, you know, that's the system doing right by the man. No, it's not.
So there's been an update to the dad that I posted the other day, Cortez. He went to court and it didn't go well. Here's the video.
What's good, family? I just got out of court. It did not go how I wanted it to go, but I'm finna let y'all know exactly what went down and the bull crap that has to keep continuing to go on with this situation. So I got here early, family. Court started at 8:30. I got here at 8:25, signed in. I sat there, we waited for about 45 minutes to an hour. She didn't show up, so I'm thinking, okay, she's not showing up. So they finally called my name. I go up there, I tell them I'm here, you know. They said, have you seen mom? I was like, no, I haven't seen her. About 15 more minutes go by, they call me back. So I go back there, you know, I raise my right hand, tell them everything's true, all that. Her attorney was there. I didn't even know she had an attorney. You know what I'm saying? This, cause she had one for Walker County. I didn't know she had one for Hamilton County. This is a new person. And we was in front of a new judge today, okay? So she started going on with her case, talking about they had a TPO out in Walker County. Like I said, I got it dismissed, which I told her, I said, I got it dismissed. Then her attorney said they petitioned to get that extended. So they trying to keep this TPO against me going. I have not seen these people. So what are y'all doing? So then I was notified by the judge because y'all, I've been fighting all this fight by myself. No attorney, no judge. Now, when I had a criminal case that she tried to get on me, I got an attorney. I paid $3,500 to get a criminal case. She tried to get me falsely arrested for assault, aggravated assault. And I got that dropped. Now she had court today at 1:30 for that case because she had false reports and she got locked up for that. So now she's here, and her attorney said she couldn't make it today because she had a court date later on, which was for false reports. So continue walking with me, y'all. So they stated that I motioned wrong. You can't motion for a contempt of court, and you can't motion for a new custody agreement, which I was known, and they said I need an attorney. So what her lawyer tried to do was drop my 15th case, because they was like, well, we're going to push this to the 15th. And then her lawyer talked about, we need to drop that case because we have something going on. Can we push it back further? So they just trying to keep pushing this back to make it worse for me. So now, family, I appreciate all the love trying to give me gifts and wish lists for my baby. Now I need money for an attorney. I need to have an attorney before the 15th of this month. We still got the 15th date, but now she has an attorney, and that attorney on some bull crap. So now we're gonna have to either save up something. We got to get us an attorney for the 15th because this don't make no sense. I came in there with all of my proof, months of proof, and it still don't matter. I should be walking out with my baby. I'm not trying to be mad about this, y'all, but I'm getting more and more frustrated because it's like 5.5 months. I ain't seen my child, and y'all still giving me the loops. I'm a dad, bro. I miss my baby. So with that being said, y'all, and then what they tried to tell me was I can't post videos on social media no more. Like I told them, I'm a content creator. I've been doing this before her. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, my mouth dry. That's how you know I'm But like I told them, nah, I do this. I don't talk about that girl. I don't talk bad about her. I don't bash her. My family don't even talk. We don't talk nothing down on these people. I talk about my experiences that I am going through. The stress, the hell that I gotta put up with. And it's a lot, and it's continuing to go on. So, family, let me calm down. Let me let it go. Court is done. It didn't go how I wanted it to, but it's all right. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm not gonna give up. Bro, I'm about to be in this thing in tears because I'm stressed. I am tired. I am mentally distraught. But to my family, if y'all want to support me, we need an attorney by the 15th of this month. We need an attorney by August 15th because that's when I'm finna go to court and we finna blow the waters out. I need the best attorney. I don't care if you watching me in Chattanooga. If you seen this video in Chattanooga, Tennessee, if you're an attorney, please text me, get in my DMs. I need you for the 15th. I got all this information. We got us a fight right here. This ain't no play. I've been trying. Please contact me. I love y'all. It didn't go how I wanted it to, but it ain't done. The fight is not over. The fight is not over. I love y'all. Stay blessed. What's good, family? I have amazing news. As y'all can see, the car seat is turned around and my beautiful baby is in the car seat. I deleted my last video because there is a gag order in place, which meaning I can't talk about anything that's going on in court, and I respect my lawyer enough, and she tells me everything I need to know. So I did take that video down because it was really the fight is about my baby. My baby is home. I get to see my baby, and I got 8 days with my baby. I get to make up time with her. So we finna enjoy our time. We just made it back to my mom's house. We finna get out, and I'm finna show y'all my beautiful baby. Hold on.
Daddy, you ready to talk to Daddy? Hi, Poo-Poo. Hi, say I'm home with you, my daddy. Hey, Naomi. We made it. Oh.
Alright, y'all, we at my mama's house. We done kind of got to calm down because she's still trying to get to know us. She been crying, but it kind of hurt because it's like my baby don't even know who I am. But I'm going to build that connection. I'm going to build that bond. So it's okay. I got my baby home. I can't wait to build the connection. My family is going to build that connection with her, and she going to know who her family really is. So from here going forward, y'all will see me making content with my baby and us growing our relationship. So I love y'all. This is the update for today. I got my baby for the whole week all the way into Saturday. So this is going to be a great week. Let's get it. Let's go.
I mean, y'all saw the videos. Yeah, she tries to sit here and play dumb, and she tried to make it seem as if, once again, the system is playing fair and the judges don't have an incentive to try to take advantage of men's pockets. Like, come on, man. Like, we see videos of this stuff all the time, people. So what Mott is essentially trying to point at, right, since Pretty is also intellectual, she's open and learning, right? But you should at least understand what the point that he is trying to make. Mine is simply saying that, hey man, listen, a lot of like the statistics that you're pointing at, it's not really accounting for it. It's not accounting for a bunch of things, right? For a good example, man, it's not going to account for the guys who were just automatically defeatists, right? They're coming in with a defeatist mindset, saying that, man, listen, I already know for a fact if I go to the court, I'm going to lose against this freaking person. So a lot of times they're already coming in with the understanding that, hey, man, listen, no matter how hard I freaking fight this, the judge is still going to take advantage, which is why I brought up that your men are now going out of their way to put themselves on child support so they can beat the woman to the punch. Like, do y'all not see how demonic that is for, women to be able to have that much power? That, oh, well, listen, well, he better beat me to child support. Now, why can't they just freaking go? Why is it men? The first thing that they say, right, for a lot of guys now is, well, I'm about to go put myself on child support, instead of saying, let me put this woman on child support. Because they understand that the courts will not acknowledge that. They understand the courts will not acknowledge that. But then you have people like Bo who will sit here, and you have people like Pretty Intellectual who will sit here and be dishonest, right? Intellectually dishonest. And it's sad because they argue in bad faith, and it's just like, how can you argue against people who argue in bad faith? And then Pretty is going to get upset with Darwin. Yet this is literally how she responded to Naomi after Naomi had made her statement. And people, Naomi, she wasn't hostile, she wasn't rude, she wasn't anything, but yet this is how Pretty addressed her.
Is that it's not the majority, but it is something that happens now that may increase later.
Yeah,
that's really what she.
But guys, listen though. People like Pretty want to play victim. People like Pretty and Bo want to make it seem as if, oh, we're just these black women that we're queens, right? We're the smartest ones on earth, but yet at the same time, we're the most handicapped and we're just freaking victims and we don't know how to help ourselves. Once again, Pretty, you just pretty much proven how stereotypical of a black woman you are. You try to sit here and you try to make it seem as if you're smart, but you're very aggressive, very quippy at the mouth. You don't ever take accountability. I mean, you will always be dishonest. Come on, man. Like people like that, bro, are just hard to even have conversations with, because you know they just argue in bad faith. So once again, she's intellectually dishonest, smart enough to know how to twist your words, smart enough to know how to misinterpret what you're saying, understand what you're saying, and then misinterpret it, right? Smart enough to know that, hey, well, listen, the second they start to throw a point back at me, the second they start to throw my point back at me and they summarize my point, I'ma then move the goalpost and I'ma then try to talk past what they're saying. I'ma then tell them, no, you're missing what I'm saying. When we know exactly what you're saying, but you're saying that because you know the point that he's about to make is about to destroy your argument. But because people like Bo and Pretty, they can't concede arguments, they can't concede defeat, they will sit here and they will just try to argue the point to the T and they will move the goalpost. And it's just sad, man. But I mean, y'all guys let me know down below, man. What do y'all guys think? Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.